Uh, all right, guys. So yeah, welcome back from kind of long period there without a One Piece debates. Just
Life
before we
happens.
start everything, I just want to say that I just appreciate all.
You taking my line, bro.
Yeah, man. Just this kind of thing. Yeah. I just love it so. I just love it so much. I love it more than a lot of things. I love it more than anything, man. Yeah,
I
my
mean,
our
in reality, yeah.
no, but
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, but yeah, for
honestly speaking, yeah.
yeah, honestly speaking, like yeah, it's we haven't done this in a while, and I'm just like happy to be back into it, and just to kind of distract myself from like just like kind of the
Absolutely.
yeah, just like when life gets tough, and just
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. Like life gets really tough sometimes,
yeah,
and like especially, um, like for us that we are transitioning into our age. I won't say it because um, I know you want to keep it mysterious, but uh,
73, I think we're about
yeah,
to
oh
be.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
that 74 for me going into 75 is a big step.
Oh
So,
yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, absolutely. Like, definitely like some big changes,
Yeah.
and yeah, no, I'm very excited, nervous, but something that definitely I appreciate is this podcast to just get me out of like all my problems and just sit down and talk, you know.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah. And just talk about one of the things that we love most,
Yeah, absolutely.
and yeah, something that we share as friends.
All right, so you want to start us off?
Yeah. So the topic of the debate. Is it debate? I guess discussion.
That's
uh,
discussion,
yeah.
yeah. Which
Um,
we only really had one debate in
yeah,
this,
I
I
know,
would say.
I know, I know. Yeah.
I mean,
We'll get
just
there
like
eventually. Yeah, we'll get there
yeah,
eventually.
just like the D in One Piece, like we
Yeah.
still don't really know the meaning, so it could be
That's true.
discussion, it could be debate.
That's
So
true. That's true. Yeah, that's true. Could be yeah, discussion,
One Piece
debate, could be anything, man.
discussions,
Yeah, exactly.
discussion.
Exactly, man. Exactly. It's exactly like the D initial in the series. So yeah. Um. So yeah, man. We can just jump right into it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So today we're discussing our kind of favorite and least favorite arcs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. We'll see how this goes. I'm just gonna mention a few of them, and then maybe we share some of the same ones.
Yeah,
Um.
absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah. For
kind of
sure.
just adding on to our most favorite. I think we did that episode like the best, or actually it wasn't the best arcs. It was just like pre time skip versus post time skip.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and now we're gonna go a little bit more in depth and talk about our least and like favorite. So
Yeah. For
I'm
sure.
excited. Honestly, I'm excited.
Yeah. For sure. For sure. So, I don't know how you prepared for this, but I have like a few examples from each.
Oh
Um.
man, I think everybody knows me as of right
Yeah.
now. It's
But
just like, yeah, you're the leader. I'm just like here for the
okay.
giggles.
Okay. For sure. For sure. Yeah. So, I think how I'm gonna do this is I'm just gonna choose one from pre and post for for
Okay.
each category, and then but I have like some other ones if we want to talk about that too. So,
Like
um,
one you like and one you don't like, or just one in general.
yeah, one I like from pre. I don't know, two. Sorry, one from pre that I like, and one from post that I like, and one from pre that I don't like, and one from post that I don't like. So,
Okay, cool.
yeah. Um,
Yeah, that's good. I'll keep it that way too. I'll choose one and one, and maybe we could talk about like a little bit like our honorable mentions.
yeah, yeah. Sounds good. So, so I think I'm gonna start with the what I disliked. I like to start with the negative and finish with the positive usually. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah. The first one that I'm gonna start with is
Syrup Village.
no, no, Syrup Village. Uh, I don't have any East Blue on here, like either favorite or non favorite. It's just like,
Mm.
yeah, I guess honorable mention would be like um
Mhm.
yeah, Bronte or something, but yeah, uh
Of course you would say
yeah.
Bharati.
Oh, Arlong Park too though. Yeah, Arlong is good too though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure this is a lot of people's, but I chose like Long Ring Long Land.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of people in that arc specifically, um, they started to doubt. Well, actually, that's what I've been seeing in like social media. They're like, "Oh man, I was about to like drop One Piece in this arc,"
Yeah.
which like I don't know. Like I've been seeing a lot of theories, and supposedly like it plays like a big part in Final Saga.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Um, so I don't know. I'm sure like there are a lot of things that are going to be revealed
Yeah.
in general.
Yeah, exactly. Like I it's kind of funny like you saw the G8 arc, right? Like
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I
Yeah.
love Jade.
I like to compare Long Ring Long to G8 because like Long Ring Long is like canon, but it feels like filler,
Yeah,
while G8 is like filler, but it feels like canon, you know, like
yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, that definitely. Um, I don't know, like that. Um, G8 arc was so great, and it made so much sense, you know.
Yeah.
And when I was watching it, I didn't like when I first started watching it, I didn't really focus on filler or anything. I just like focused on like watching it in general, and it made so much sense. Like they fall, and they um, they had a balloon and it obviously deflated, so it makes
Yeah.
sense
Yeah, yeah, it did.
for it to just like randomly land right there, and it would be such a straw hat thing for them to land in a G8 base. It's just like it makes so much sense, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah,
yeah, I really like that.
yeah. J is not one of my favorites, but like I mean it definitely is, but like it's not what I'm gonna talk about today, but like
Yeah,
uh
it
yeah.
definitely like deserves an honorable mention. And again, it's at the end of the day is filler, so it's not really like with the story. But again, it makes so much sense, and like I don't know, it's cool to see like more Marines because something that a lot of people criticize Toy for is you have so many things to or so many like islands to explore and talk about, and just like the companionship in the ship, you don't have to make um what's it called, um everything canon. If you talk about more of the Straw Hats, like them going from point A to point B, which is something that you don't get to talk about in the manga, anime fans would truly appreciate it. And if they want to just skip that, then more power to them. Yeah, a lot of people like criticize filler, and it's just like um they say oh, filler is bad, but filler is fantastic for a rewatch, for season to season maybe it's not that great, or like weekly anime is not that great, but for a rewatch, which a lot of people are going to rewatch, it's phenomenal, like maybe you don't want to watch this random ass island, or maybe you don't want to watch um you know, Sanji cooking or them in their shenanigans. But you just want to get straight to the story. But I don't know. That's a
Yeah.
little bit of a tangent right there.
Yeah, different, yeah. Yeah, I don't know, yeah. Um yeah.
Not really the point, but I don't know. Just wanted to bring that out.
Yeah, um but yeah, I would say that yeah, like that's going back to like Long Ring Long Land, like yeah, it feels like nothing really happens. That like yeah, a lot of the negatives that people dislike about filler, it's kind of like in that arc and like
Hmm.
um
And I know that Long Ring, Long Ran, and actually, is that still part of Foxy's?
oh, I just
Yeah,
always put
right.
that together. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Um
It's together.
yeah.
It's just I'm watching at the wiki, but I saw
Yeah.
Foxy's, but I didn't see like Foxy's Return, which is like a filler arc.
Yeah.
But yeah, like yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like there's no I mean, I remember enjoying just one thing, which was when Mizoro and Sanji like worked together
Yeah,
during the ball game.
absolutely.
Yeah, that was the only thing that I liked about that. But yeah, other than that, like yeah, it was just like wasn't any cool fights like Foxy is hell annoying and stuff
Yeah, yeah.
and
Foxy is one of those characters. It's just like I can't believe you're canon.
yeah.
Like so many like cool non-canon characters. Just like we get stuck with Foxy.
Yeah, yeah, especially
But yeah.
yeah, especially coming off of G8, like it's just like
Oh yeah,
he's
absolutely.
coming off G8 and Skypiea, which I mean, I like Skypiea. I know a lot of people like, especially like
I
first
I
watchers.
don't know.
Yeah, first watchers, especially. Oh, I don't know how you feel about it, but like, yeah.
Oh no,
Um,
I'm saying I was gonna just like I said I don't know too early, but yeah, I don't know why people hate on Skypiea. Like
oh,
I really
okay.
liked it.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, the timing is key, man. I'm sorry.
yeah. Yeah. But yeah, dude. Yeah, like Skypiea is like when I think about funny moments, like I think like Skypiea has like a lot of them.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
yeah, and definitely now like spoiler alert, but like kind of spoiler, but like um yeah, like we know now that a lot of like details for the future and like for One Piece theories they come from Skypiea,
Yeah,
um,
absolutely.
like Nika and whatnot. So like yeah, very important arc. Yeah, but yeah, that's my pick. Long Rain Long Land. Uh, yeah, there's not much to it. I mean, yeah, but how about yourself?
Yeah, for least favorite, um, Uh, I think I would have to say that because like I don't know I don't really have a lot of um like not favorite parts. There's some like
That's true.
they're not paced as um quickly for because like for example a really strong contender for like least favorite is Thriller Bark, but even Thriller Bark I really enjoyed. For me, I really enjoy underdog stories,
Yeah,
and seeing
yeah.
Usopp just be kind of like the main character of sorts of that arc. I really appreciated. Um, I don't know, Whiskey Peak, you know, not really like
Oh, dude,
too many things going on right there, and
I don't
it's
remember
pretty
that at all.
forgettable.
Dude, I
Yeah,
forgot. I
that's the
legit
thing.
forgot
Like
about
that,
that
it's pretty
arc.
forgettable. So
Yeah,
I don't know. I wouldn't say like bad. It's just
forgettable.
would
Yeah.
you say yeah? Would you say forgettable is bad? I
No,
don't know.
no.
I think that
Like,
that's like
if it's really bad,
different.
it'll leave an impression on you. But
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
but that left nothing. So it was just like, yeah,
Exactly. So I don't know. Like other than that, like there's really like nothing there too much. Um, Drama Island I like. Alabasta is one of my favorites. Um, All of Water 7 is fantastic. Um, yeah, I know like the long land is part of Water 7, but I don't consider it part of Water 7.
is that part of Water Seven? What the hell? It's crazy.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's the beginning of
Oh,
Water 7.
okay.
Um, so yeah, it's just kind of like that transition
Yeah,
period, kind of like Reverse Mountain. Reverse Mountain is part of Alabasta, but mainly because we just meet um, it's called Vivi
Oh, okay.
in
Yeah.
Long Ring Long Land. That's like a fucking tongue twister right there. But I don't know who we meet significantly. I know that we meet someone significantly that like kind of like transitions it to Water Seven, but I'm not exactly sure. But
Oh,
anyway,
okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
long land, like definitely. I'm just gonna say Foxy's. Foxy's
Yeah,
definitely
Foxy's
not.
arc. Yeah.
Yeah, not my favorite
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah, exactly. Um, uh,
Excellent.
okay.
You want to talk about least favorite for Post?
Yeah, let's do that first, and then we can do the favorites.
Yeah,
Yeah. So,
I'm
uh,
intrigued of what you're gonna say.
yeah, I have a few, for the post, like, um, like Fishman Island came up, but I realized that no, actually, like, that's way better than some of the other ones. So, um,
Yeah.
that yeah, I think that's fine. Um, I was caught between like Zoe and Punk Hazard. So, um,
Yeah, I get it. I mean, Zoe is, um, I mean, Zoe and Punk Hazard are just kind of like transitional.
yeah,
They are still arcs, but they're kind of transitional. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I mean Wano is just like huge, you know.
yeah,
So like
um,
Zoe and Punk Hazard are part of that, but they're kind of just
yeah, yeah,
set up.
yeah, definitely. So, is like that. So like that's why I chose Punk Hazard because I felt like it was it was less like that because there was still like there was still like kind of fights like Luffy was fighting
True.
Caesar and like and then yeah Zoro fought like Monet,
Yeah.
but like I just felt like that was long. Like I don't know how long it was, but it felt
It
so
was
long,
actually
dude.
short, like but it felt long.
Yeah, yeah, it was like it felt so long. I was like, when are they gonna get out of this place? Like, I just want to
Yeah.
get into it. Yeah, it's like, um, yeah, 'cause like Fishman Island, like it was okay, but like, yeah, at least they showcased their powers and like, they each had an opponent and stuff. So
Yeah.
that was cool, and they had the blood transfusion scene. So that was like, you know, Uh, so then I was so excited after Fishman Island. I was like, okay, yeah, nice. We're gonna get into some like serious business now. But no, they go to Punk Hazard, and I'm just like, oh my god, dude. Like, and then how long did it take for that? Like, let me see,
Seeing right here, there's
46 chapters,
40.
dude. That's
Yeah.
that's a year. They were a year. They were in Punk Hazard for a year, dude. And I was like,
Damn, really? Oh God.
that was a long year for One Piece, man. I was just like dying. I was like, dude, get out of this place, man. Um,
I mean, granted, Dressrosa was 100 chapters.
yeah, but just Rosa, like
I felt
stuff
justified.
happened. Yeah, stuff happened. Like
Stuff
Sabo,
happened.
it's like Sabo came back. Year four, we had year four come
Yeah.
in. Uh, yeah, like they had like a little tournament in there, so that was cool. But yeah, man, I did put Just Rose in there though, like a little bit, like, but yeah, man, Punk Hazard, like,
20, 20. So long ring or Foxy's was a little bit less than 20, so about like half of Punk Hazard.
okay, yeah,
A little bit less than half, but um yeah, I don't know, like just arcs post time skip just get so long, you know. But
yeah, yeah, they are really extended, like,
so kind of like jumping. I don't know. Do you want to talk a little bit more about Punk Hazard?
no, I'm good, I'm good. Yeah, I
No.
mean, there's not really many. Hey, I can say one more thing, like.
Yeah.
There's not really many good like character moments like um you know all the straw hats are in that arc but it's like such a waste like they
Yeah.
don't really do much
No, I feel it. I don't know. I didn't mind Punk Hazard because it was kind of like exploring. It was kind of like the first um arc, and actually, like, if you really think about it, it's just something that we don't really like think about. But if you really think about it, Punk Hazard was the only explored island, you know? Like, and what I mean by that is, you know, like you went to Dressrosa because of this. You went to Zoe because of this. You went to Wano because of this. You went to Whole Cake because of this. Um, Punk Hazard, they just arrived. You know, they didn't know what they were like stumbling into, which personally I like because there isn't anything like that post time skip. You know, everything is for a reason. You know, there's not really like that explore aspect. You know, um, the only like explored aspect right now is, you know, kind of like Egghead. You know, is like after Wano, it's just like let's go to Egghead, but because that's where the poneglyph is going. You know, but all of the other ones is like we have to go to Dressrosa, we have to go to Whole Cake, we have to go this, we have to go that. So that's why like for me, I kind of like appreciate Punk Hazard. Um, but I would say it's like bottom for me just because it felt so long.
That's I'm glad that you mentioned Egghead because I think that Egghead is what Punk Hazard should have been. You know,
Yeah,
um, like coming into Egghead, it felt like it was gonna be like another Punk Hazard, but
yeah,
I'm so glad
absolutely.
that how it turned out and how it's turning out right now. Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
because I mean, we'll get into this when we go into the next one, but yeah, Egghead is turning out to be like one of the best arcs in the post time skip, just because there's so many like bomb drops during that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
and that's what the people want, and they don't want Punk Hazard, man. Where there's nothing, man. No bomb drops
Wait,
anywhere, man.
hey, um, no, I was gonna say, is Punk Hazard when they introduce um Gold's Journey, but no, that's Wano.
I might have been one of yeah,
Yeah, it's Wano.
but
Um, no, because I was saying like, why is it so long? Because like for example, Egghead is long, um, or it started to be long, but because of um
yeah.
like everything that we talked about in um that pirate island and all of that, like Egghead in general has only been like a few chapters, you know, like everything else has been um just filler of sorts, but kind of like just everything that's going on in the country, you know, everything with Garp, everything with um not Cody, Sabo,
Yeah.
and all of that, you know. So it's kind of like yes, it's a little bit long. So I don't know if Punk Hazard had kind of like that. Um, I mean, I guess you could say like Punk Hazard is divided into two, like hot and cold Punk Hazard, and also like everything going on in the country, but not exactly sure.
Yeah. Um, I think like Punk Hazard. No, that shit was just long, especially during the cold part when they were in the cold area. I was just like, bro, just get out of here. Um,
Yeah, no, I get it.
yeah. But yeah, that's my solidified choice, Punk Hazard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to. This is actually the main reason why I wanted to talk to you about like least favorite because um to preface this, um we started or yeah we started this podcast because we have so many um different points of views, and you've made me realize a lot of things because like I don't know. I feel like you are a little bit more of a hardcore um like fan where you would read like things more often, you keep up with like more theories and you watch more Tekken, and I'm a little bit like more casual of sorts.
Yeah.
So you made me realize a lot of things that I tend to forget or not think about. Um but having said that, Wano, man, like people love it. People like it's definitely like it felt so great to talk to your friends and hey, I'm watching One Piece and see you in Wano, man, because like it was so amazing and it lasted like for so many years.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't know, man. Like Wano just took like honestly speaking, all of post time skip is just Wano. If you really want to like talk about it, like, and I don't know, like for me, I'm more of I want to see more Straw Hats, and in Wano, I didn't really get to see that. I didn't really get to see like any of the Straw Hats, so I wanted to bring that up. I wouldn't really say like it is like my least favorite. I really like enjoyed Wano, but I don't
Yeah.
know. I wanted to talk to you about it before I continue on to like
Yeah.
my least favorite.
I think that yeah, I really like Wano actually. I don't I don't think uh it's gonna be one of my favorites in the end. I'm not sure, but like there's like a lot of cool moments in it. But I think that
Yeah.
like this might be uh like yeah, for I think for yourself and for me, I don't know about the greater One Piece community as well. But like I think that like we had like high expectations for it. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, I
absolutely.
definitely did. Like I thought it was gonna be like the Enies lobby of of the post time skip,
Yeah, absolutely.
and in some ways it did, but in like the important ways, it didn't. Like it didn't really move me like Enies lobby did. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, like I think like the biggest parallel that I could draw was that like um they had like some major power ups um that and I really like that, but like yeah, I watched Anis Lobby again and I was just like there's you can't replace this, man. This is yeah, this
No, I feel you.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that that's what happened for me. Like when I was just like so hyped up, and it really had some hype up moments.
Yeah.
But I don't know. At least for me, is just post time skip is when you really start to feel the pain of the anime. And I think for me my least favorite is definitely like Whole Cake, but because not really because of what happened. I'm thinking more like anime based
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
for me I was mainly anime. Right now I'm like more manga. I stopped. Well, when did I stop? I stopped it when they raided uh Onigashima.
Yeah.
Um and that's where I stopped because just the anime was just so not great.
Right, right, right.
So yeah, that's like what happened for me. Like so many hype moments in the manga and everything, and like it could have been translated so well into anime, and that's why I'm kind of excited for um like the new anime announcement. Um,
Yes. Yeah.
like I really hope like they do it a little bit more justice. Like they it could be more fast paced. Like they I don't know.
Yeah. I agree. Like I I don't like how I mean I understand why Toei does it, but I don't like it.
Oh
And
yeah.
you know, like
But Toei is just it was in its time the only big anime producer, you know. So it's like it had like Toei had the big three, so like that's all they wanted, you know. So like Toei, you know, I really appreciate Toei because they gave us um so many great like anime, or so many like yeah, so many great shows in general,
Yeah.
and they're kind of like the pioneers. But
Yeah.
like it's kind of like that grandpa that's just like back in my time, it's like yes, grandpa, like, back in your time it was great, but like now there's so many like people that you're competing with, so it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you
that's
have
true.
to
That's
either keep up or just
yeah.
retire.
Yes, that's true. Like, yeah, that's so true. Maybe if it was back then when, we didn't really have like the internet and stuff and like
Yeah,
life was more slow paced. Yeah, that's a good format, but like nowadays, people just want, you know, like something like Jujutsu Kaisen where, it doesn't come out every week, but when it does come out, it's just like
it's just
straight
crazy.
fire every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch up this weekend, by the way, with the anime, so hopefully, and the manga, because I think I'm starting to get back into it.
For JJK.
Yeah, yeah, I kind of
Okay.
fell off a little bit, but I'm like,
I I
yeah,
I fell off big time.
yeah,
I used to be like a major dweeb of sorts because I
yeah,
had how season anime has like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday,
yeah,
Saturday, and Sunday.
yeah, yeah,
I used to have all of that.
yeah,
And I did that for like 2 seasons, I think. And after that, I just like couldn't keep up.
yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's good, and like, I mean, I think it's just fun to watch, and like, yeah, some characters on there
Yeah.
are really cool, so that's why, yeah, I'm trying to get back into it.
There's so many great anime, honestly.
Yeah, trying to watch Mob Psycho with my friend. Yeah, we
Mob
watched.
Mob
We
Psycho definitely one of my favorite. I didn't finish it.
definitely,
I didn't
definitely.
finish like the recent episode, but
I don't know if I
I guess
did
I'll touch
too.
up.
Yeah, but the first two seasons were so good, especially.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So okay, yeah, tangent there. uh,
I mean,
no,
this
it's
is
good
what
though.
we're
Yeah, it's
about.
good
Like,
though.
yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
just were talking about it.
yeah.
But
Something I heard from like one of my favorite YouTubers, like, is that like, we just gotta post for ourselves first, and then, like, yeah, and just let the
yeah,
other
that
stuff follow after. And I agree with
yeah,
that. Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, that definitely that's how I feel. Like, I feel like it's more posting about ourselves.
Yeah.
I don't know. I honestly enjoy watching the or like listening to the podcast.
Yeah.
Like I I put it on and I listen to it, and it's just so cool to hear your voice again and like the passion behind it.
It is, man. Yeah, it is.
Really appreciate it.
It is. Yeah. Like, if anything, we have that just to like listen back to it and like just kind of laugh at it.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Man, I would love to hear like some conversations of like our like 18-year-old selves or like our 19-year-old selves,
Oh
man.
yeah,
That would have been
absolutely.
awesome, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's all right. Yeah. So yeah, that's Punk Hazard for me. That's the lowest of the post time skip. Would you go with Whole Cake? You said.
I don't know, like I'm a little bit torn, but because like for me it would be choosing like the least worst for me for post
Uh.
skip, that, and that's kind of like for me it changes a lot. Punk Hazard definitely like wasn't that cool. It had some cool moments, very forgettable, like the what's it called, the brothers that like the hunters that were in the cold area.
Yeah.
Um, they they're kind of like a villain, but like kind of forgettable. Like
Yeah.
don't really like. So again, it's kind of like for me, Punk Hazard is kind of forgettable.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, to connect it or kind of like talk about what we were talking about, forgettable versus bad.
Yeah.
For me, Punk Hazard is forgettable. The pacing of the anime is bad.
Yeah.
But again, it's just kind of it's a little bit more prominent in like Whole Cake. Wano is not the pacing is not too bad, but what I didn't like is just again personal preference. I wanted to see more Straw Hats. I love a good underdog story,
Yeah.
and after seeing Usopp discover that he has um
Hockey. Yeah.
yeah, like
Observation hockey.
what was
Yeah.
it? Observation, yeah. I always confuse it with vision, but observation hockey. And then you don't have him do anything. Like you just have
Yeah.
him be like a support character. It's just like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. That's
and
strange.
and like Usopp and Nami were just there. It's
They were.
like
Yeah.
they're important parts. Like freaking that ninja guy had a better fight, and he was just standing there.
Oh my God. Yeah, he did, man. Yeah, he
Like
did.
I freaking I loved this fight, like it was so cool. But again, it's crazy how you make something for him just standing there be better of like
Than like a
um
main character, right? Like,
exactly, it's just like that's for me that's blasphemy. But
yeah. Yeah.
again, like it's not like for me it's not that I hate Wano and it's like weird. I just feel that it was rushed.
Like it could have been more than it
Like
was.
it could have
Yeah.
been like fleshed out so much
Yeah.
more.
I get that.
And
I get that.
there were so many things that could have like happened like more significantly. Like the fights could have been fleshed out more. Chopper had like an amazing moment, like him fighting against Queen and like discovering a cure. That's how every single fight should have been for like every single Straw Hat.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. You know what's funny? Might be one of my what might be my favorite from post time skip though. I was like looking at the other arcs and I was like it might be Wano, man.
I think you convinced me, man.
Like hesitantly yeah I just put Egghead and Wano. But wait, let me look at the arcs again and just make sure I'm not missing anything. But yeah, like I mean, Dressrosa was good, but for me that felt
Dressrosa was
long.
really good.
That felt long as well, and like just the fact that like a third or like half of the Straw Hats were gone, including Sanji. For
Yeah,
me, that made it like go down, for sure. Um,
absolutely. Yeah, and it's the same thing with Whole Cake.
yeah,
All of the Straw Hats weren't there, and again, like I feel that's why it was rushed. Because like you have uh so many great fight scenes with the Straw Hats in Dressrosa, right? Everyone had a shiny moment,
yeah,
but you have a third of them, and like there's only a third of them, so like how can you do it?
yeah.
And with Whole Cake, um, you also I think the only one that was not as um like important or like kind of irrelevant is Nami, but freaking Brooke had an amazing fight, like to stand up against like a freaking Yonko, um, is amazing. And like Pedro had like amazing moment. Sanji, of course, like whole freaking arc was about him. Look, still mad about that, but I think that's what happened. Or like if I had to do something, like you're stuck for 3/4. No, actually not more than that. You're stuck with, we're not stuck, but like several years, you're only writing about a third of the characters. That when they're all together, you kind of just forget about them.
Yeah, I ironically like when Whole Cake was coming out, like yeah, it was supposed to be about Sanji, but I was for whatever reason I was just not interested in One Piece at that time. Um, yeah, like it's funny because like yeah, that's Sanji's past and stuff, but no, I would not put Whole Cake in my least favorite. Like yeah, because but I read the manga of it, and like if you just like binge the manga, then
Yeah.
it's I thought it was fine. yeah. I
Yeah, I
was
think manga in general is fine, but
yeah
anime watchers,
yeah, that's true. Yeah, I can't watch the anime of Whole Cake, but um no, not at all. But yeah, they're yeah, Karakuri was really cool in that. I mean, yeah,
yeah, had some very cool moments.
yeah,
Um, I guess like if I had to choose one, I'd probably choose like Punk Hazard, maybe Zoe. Zoe was, but again, like Zoe is pretty forgettable.
yeah. I
Uh,
Though is forgettable. I would say that more than the
so
rest. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. So yeah, I mean, if I had to choose, it's Punk Hazard, but like for me, it just Wano could have been more. Hoke I didn't like, but because of the anime, it had some cool moments. Dressrosa was really cool to see just Zoro, um, and Mr. Pink, one of my favorite villains. Um, I don't know, I really enjoyed that.
yeah. Um, uh, like I like the
Granted, a little bit of a tangent. One of my favorite and most funny moments is when Robin says, "Luffy, be careful because pirate um, allegiances tend to be riddled with treason."
oh yeah
And
yeah
then Luffy says, "Are you gonna betray me?"
yeah
And then Law says, "No." And then Luffy's just so happy.
yeah. That
I'm like,
yeah,
"Oh man,
that
I
was a
love
funny moment from Punk Hazard. Yeah, for sure.
that."
Yeah.
Well, also when they change, like seeing
Yeah, that was pretty funny. That was pretty
seeing,
funny.
seeing Chopper speak in Frankie's voice is
Yeah.
that's
When Robin
hilarious.
was telling him to stop. Yeah.
So that's why, like, for me, is not, I can't really like place it at the bottom for me. Like, it just, it had those like funny explorish moments, you know. Luffy recruiting like an ass to be a part of crew.
Yeah.
Oh man, I changed my mind. It's Wano.
Alright, yeah, I mean when we get to the next section, maybe I'll change my mind, hopefully, but I don't know.
Right. Yeah. Let's talk about
Yeah.
most favorite.
I will want to say one thing on Dressrosa though, like that's I think Dressrosa would have been perfect. I actually don't mind that like some of the Straw Hats were gone, but
Hmm.
like I think it would have been perfect if it was like boiled down a little bit. Like if it was like a little bit more concentrated, then it would have been
Yeah.
perfect. Like in my opinion, like
True.
there's such good
True. Yeah.
moments. Yeah,
It was a little bit long, but it
yeah,
had some
yeah.
cool
There's
moments.
such good moments. I just wish it was like just a little bit more concentrated, and then yeah, that would have been great. Um, okay, so yeah, uh, next one is for the yeah favorites. Um, I mean, well, should we start with pre-time skip just 'cause chronological, or
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I feel like there's more to talk about like post time skip
yeah,
than pre time skip. So yeah, let's start with
yeah.
pre.
I mean, we already know. I don't think we need to go over that Enies Lobby is like the best peak One Piece right now. I mean, yeah, it's maybe in its whole
What are you talking about? It's
yeah.
Syrup Village, man. Syrup is a favorite. It's the best arc ever.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. Just to go over the points of Enies Lobby, like, yeah, peak One Piece. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah. Some
absolutely.
every character has their own moment. Um,
It has amazing moments
yeah,
too.
yeah, exactly. Emotionally, that's when, uh, Robin has all her stuff, and um,
Exactly.
yeah, and they get like some of the best power ups during that, like yeah, Monster Point and
Yeah,
yeah, and all that, Gear second and third.
exactly.
Um, but yeah, I mean, there's not much to say that's already been said about Enies Lobby. Um,
Exactly.
I want to give a shout out to like Marineford as well, because I think for a lot of people that's their favorite arc too.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm like kind of rewatching Impel Down and Marineford, and personally, I think I like Impel Down more than Marineford. I'm not sure though.
Yeah,
Um,
I like I like Impel Down
Yeah.
more than Marineford. Uh, but again, it's just like a little bit of a bias right there, and a lot of people are, yeah, it's their favorite, but because it has all of the hard hitters,
Yeah.
like all of the non straw hats. But like for me, that's why it brings it down, because like
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
you have like so many amazing characters that you get introduced to so many um crazy fights, it's
Yeah.
like peak. I think like Marineford is peak uh fights of One
Yeah.
Piece,
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I agree.
And like for me, One Piece is not just about the fights.
Yeah.
For me, One Piece is about like the emotion, and
Mm.
that's when that's where Enies Lobby comes in because it has fights, it has emotion, it has um character moments like not just Robin, like Frankie destroying Pluto, uh Chopper deciding is like, hey, I'm gonna become a monster, but fuck it, I need to do it for my friends. Like that emotion
Yeah.
aspect is just there. Um, Usopp, again, I love an underdog story, and
Yeah.
Usopp just being able to come in clutch with the Giants
Yeah.
is fantastic.
Yeah.
So that's what One Piece is about for me. So that's why like Enies Lobby is one of my favorites. Very strong contender for me is Alabasta, but
Yeah.
because I really um again I love underdog stories and I love how it was Usopp's first fight and it was just damn man, like for you to have never fought anybody in your life. I mean like yeah, Arlong, I forgot about Arlong, um in Arlong Park, Usopp wasn't really like beat down. He outsmarted the fishman. But like
He definitely
in
struggled a
Alabasta,
lot more in the Alabasta one. Yeah.
yeah,
Um.
absolutely. So that's why
Yeah.
for me it's just like that. That's why I like it. But
Yeah.
definitely any Slavi is top.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Just another point on Impel Down. Like. I yeah. I love seeing all the characters, like all the old characters come back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, especially Bonchan, but like uh, Buggy and Mister Three, they had some funny moments too, which was really
Yeah.
good.
I think
Um,
that's why I started to tolerate Buggy.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Um, Crocodile. Yeah, at that
Yeah,
point, it was really cool to see Crocodile like join them. Um,
absolutely. Yeah,
yeah, and then yeah, having Jinbei in there. Yeah, who
absolutely.
we would find out would eventually join them is cool. Like it's cool to
Yeah,
look back at it now to be like, oh man, he's a Straw Hat now. Like so there was kind of like two Straw Hats during that arc kind of thing.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Um.
Yeah, I really like Impel Down, and like the reason why I really like Impel Down is because of everything. Whenever I talk about One Piece, I always say, the thing I love about One Piece is that it's not black and white.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know, you talk about Naruto, and you clearly see black and white.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Bleach, but I'm guessing like that. I mean, come on, man,
Dude,
like
that's as
the
black and white as you can
yeah,
get. Actually, dude, like
like
the theme of it is actually the colors
yeah,
of black and white.
exactly.
Yeah.
There you go. Like it's literally black and white.
Yeah, it's literally.
Um, I don't know, like JJK, My Hero, like a lot of like big anime, you have clear distinction of black and white.
Yeah.
Whereas One Piece, you are literally following the story of a villain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
In a lot of people's eyes. Yeah. 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 In
Exactly.
the
So
story. Yeah.
like, how can you cheer for the villain? But it's like again, it's not black and white.
Yeah.
Um, Crocodile was a villain and he helped out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not black and
Exactly.
white. Buggy, Mister Three, like you see all of those. You clearly see like the black and white.
Yeah.
And right now, like post time skip, like yes, it's starting to become a little bit more black and white, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Um, with Impel Down, like I like I like the progression of the story. I think it's like it keeps the pace up and it makes it exciting. Like, and
Yeah.
it makes sense, like in a really satisfying way. Like, he goes to level 1, Buggy joins him, and you're like, oh, okay, that's cool. He has Buggy with him. Then they get to level two, then you see like Mr. Three, and then if you're like trying to connect, if you're like connecting the dots, you're like, oh shoot, so he has Mr. Three. Okay, I wonder if and Buggy. I wonder if other people are gonna join him. And it's just
Yeah.
like that was really exciting for me to see like yeah um because when I started watching One Piece, like my main thing was like I just wanted to see who joins him, like who joins the crew.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, so like that like motivated me to go all like to Water 7. I was just like oh okay, like because I knew that like I knew that Chopper was gonna join them from watching as a kid, but I didn't know who else after. So
Okay.
yeah, once we got after Chopper, I was just like oh shoot, Robin joins them. Like when she was on
Yeah.
the ship, I was just like okay, how long is she gonna be there? Because like yeah, but then yeah, she joins at the
Yeah,
end.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Right, and that's like kind of like the difference between like you and I. I started watching it in 2020. You started watching it like when it was like season.
Like
When did you
2011,
start watching? Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
2010,
So it was,
2011. Yeah.
so it was like a long time ago for me. They were already in Wano. You already knew that Robin was gonna join, Frankie was gonna join. It's just like you
Yeah.
were gonna see like how, you know?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I just wanted to see like yeah, who was next. And so I got that in Impel Down where it was just like exciting like like oh man, Mr. 3 is in there, Mr. 2, okay, probably Mr. 1's going to join them. Yeah.
True.
Okay, so yeah, that's pre-time skip for me. Yeah,
Yeah.
and his
Not much.
lobby and yeah.
Not much else to add. I mean, so many great moments. I don't know. That's why I chose pre time skip, honestly.
Yeah, man, dude. Oh, I will say that like I think at the end of the series when it's like the climax, um I think that I hope that we get, you know, it basically Marineford plus the Straw Hats, and I think
Oh yeah.
that's what will make it like, you know, climactic One Piece, right? Where you have all the people
Absolutely.
from the past, including the Straw Hats. So then, like,
No.
yeah, that's gonna
I
be
think that's gonna be Marine 4 2.0. I still don't think it's going to be Enies lobbies for me, but I mean, again, it's hard because like you already have their power level already like pretty much set in stone in a
yeah,
way,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
where it's just like like over here they were still like kind of deciding their power level, but
Yeah,
I don't know. No, I'm excited for the final fight.
yeah, yeah, definitely. But for now, you know, we what we got to work with for post time skip is like okay, so for me, I chose the best as like either Wano or Egghead. Wano, I think it's like similar to Dressrosa in the fact that like um, if you concentrate it more, it would be really
Mhm.
good. But I
Yeah,
also think there's stuff missing from Wano, which I wanted to see.
yeah, absolutely. It's
Um,
definitely like it's a weird point to make. And I get what you're saying. It's like it could have been concentrated more, but also like it could have been added upon. So it's
yeah,
kind of like that
yeah,
combinations. Like yeah,
yeah.
spoil it down more, but also add more.
Yeah, if it was like a soup stock, it's like it would have been too watery, but it was
You know,
missing like I don't know, it was missing some
ingredients.
spices,
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's that's kind of what Wano was. Um
And Dressrosa is like you have the ingredients, it's just too watery.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, exactly, exactly. But I still like the flavor of Wano better than the flavor of Dressrosa, so like um
So then yeah, we transition to like
like yeah.
food analogies.
I'm sticking with this as long as I can. But
Yeah, I love it, man.
but yeah, like the flavor of Dressrosa was like, oh yeah, this is good, but like this is not what I really want. But Wano was kind of like, oh yeah, this is what I really want, but like it's just slow it down a little bit and add a couple things.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, exactly.
yeah,
Yeah, no, I get it 1,000%. Um, for me, I guess it has to be a head, honestly. Like,
yeah, yeah,
but because like I don't know, like Dressrosa, Whole Cake, Wano was it's just been too again, like the analogy is like it hasn't been just right, you know,
Yeah.
and there's always something missing, you know, and right now, I feel like Egghead is like learning upon like all those previous mistakes that I had like pre-time skip,
Yeah.
and like you see the cooking, you see, oh my God, it smells amazing. Like you have your mouth is watering
Yeah.
for like everything that is going to happen,
Yeah.
and then you get like a little bit of a taste with Kuma's
Yeah.
backstory and like just everything that's showing up. It's just like, man, tasting amazing. You know, it's
Yeah.
it's like the flavor of it, and it's like you could see it as not too watery. It's all of that. You know,
Yeah, yeah. I think like Egghead is like a good like appetizer, right, for what is to come.
exactly.
Yeah. Um.
And again, like I don't know if it's like um too fair to include in um like post time skip, because one, it's not really part of the post time skip arc. It's kind of like the final saga arc. Um, and it's still cooking, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean,
um,
yeah. I
I
think
don't know.
I think that says a lot. Like
Yeah.
the fact that Egghead is not over yet, but we're like picking that is just kind of
Yeah.
like yeah.
Yeah, no, I get it.
um.
I get it. Like for me, it's that like it had the explore aspect where you just like you don't know what's going on. You you have some funny moments. You have some like bomb drops
Yeah.
of
Yeah. Yeah.
moments, and it's just like really cool. Um, but still like that whole Straw Hat exploring aspect, you know.
Yeah.
Which right now, like in this latest chapter, it's just like, man, there's no more exploring right now. Fucking
Yeah.
sailing.
Yeah. I think what Wano is what Wano was missing for me is mainly two things. Um, like I wanted to see Zoro's backstory, like his background more, just like we
Yeah,
saw for Sanji. So I was expecting that. Oh, three things. Um, so I was expecting more Zoro stuff. I was expecting more sword stuff because I like the stuff about the swords.
yeah,
And we're in Wano, so like I thought that we were gonna have just like a bunch of sword drops, but we didn't get anything. And then the last one is kind of like those kind of like deeper story, like lore drops, which
yeah,
Wano for the most part is pretty much isolated just within that story. Um,
yeah.
yeah, which is fine, but like I think yeah, just for me, for
I mean, we kind of. I would have to disagree right there with the lore stuff. I think like a lot of lore stuff was dropped in Wano, and like that's they focused a lot. Instead of like focusing more on other stuff, they could have focused a lot more on Zoro's backstory. But like for example, they focused a lot on Odin. Odin is a great character. Don't get me wrong. Like I really like him. But like if we take a look at like Odin's story, I'm sure it was at least like 15 chapters. I'm not exactly sure. Like I haven't like gone back and count them, but it was like a full arc for like pre-time skip. Like you're taking a full arc just on side characters. Like I mean, I get it, but still.
yeah, I think I should like reword that um like maybe not like lore, but like okay, so I don't know how to call it, but like how Egghead like has like all the admirals and all the
Yeah,
Gorosei and like all the Blackbeard, like some Blackbeard stuff.
yeah, I get
I
it.
wanted more of that stuff in Wano, like not just the isolated story, you know what I mean?
Okay,
Like
yeah, I get it.
yeah, like I know Shanks appeared a little bit, but like if he appeared more or like um I don't know, like a member of Shanks' crew was there or something.
Yeah.
If yeah, just more like more people, less isolation, just to the Wano story. Like that's kind
Hmm.
of what I wanted.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it makes sense because like Wano is isolated and it's just like their own thing. I mean, again, I get it. Like, I'm not like I understand what you're saying. Like for me, I also get like yeah, it's isolated, but I don't know. Could have been like it could have been something different.
Yeah, yeah, um, yeah. Basically, that's what I like about Egghead more than Wano is that like you know, for post time skip, I want like just like all the like old characters and stuff, and like yeah, I want to see some Garp stuff. I want to see um like admirals come in, like
Yeah.
yeah, and but yeah, so I'm not sure, man. Yeah, maybe I do like Egghead more. We'll see when it finishes, but like,
Hmm. Yeah.
but
No,
yeah,
for me, I definitely like Egghead more. It's just there's so much going on. Um, that I absolutely love. You know,
yeah,
I love everything that's going on right there.
exactly, yeah, exactly. Um, just like to progress the story more, it just feels like they're progressing it like really well. Whereas
Yeah.
in Wano, it like it kind of feels like I'm gonna use like one of my professors like phrases, but it kind of feels like you're just checking a box, you know? Like
Hmm.
it kind of feels like okay, uh we got like the two Yonko here. Okay, we just got to beat them and then just move on, right? Like it just kind of feels
Exactly.
like you're just like, you know.
Like yeah, doop, doop,
Yeah,
little
yeah.
check mark. Yeah. No, I
Exactly,
get it.
exactly. It's not like deep. It's not deeper in the story other than the fact that they're just defeating a Yonko, which is a big
Yeah.
thing, obviously. But like, it's not more than that, which I wish it was.
Yeah. No, I absolutely get it. A thousand percent.
Yeah,
Um. Yeah. Nothing bad. It's just like I don't know. You have so many great moments post time skip and um. I mean pre time skip. That post time skip is just like
yeah,
I don't know. It just felt I don't know. I felt kind of like experimenting a little bit more. And it's funny, like now, like a little bit of parentheses. Like it's crazy how like pre-time skip, uh, you didn't really have the power levels set up, and like post-time skip. Now that you have the power levels like already established, it kind of feels like something's missing. You know,
yeah, yeah. That's true.
it's weird.
Yeah, that's true.
Like a little bit of a weird um um not connection. I forgot the word for it, but observation. Yeah, a weird observation. But yeah.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Alright. Yeah. So, do you want to add anything else to that?
Yeah. I mean, I'm still struggling whether to put Egghead or Wano. Like, because Wano, I still think there's a lot of stuff, good stuff in there. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
No, 1,000%.
yeah. But like, yeah, as a in a concentrated form, I prefer Egghead. Like, yeah, just like chapter by
Yeah.
chapter. Yeah, I would
Uh,
rather reread Egghead for sure.
yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. That definitely like I can see myself like rereading Egghead. You know, and for Wano, it's like yes, I could reread it, but I don't know. It's gonna be a little bit of a pain.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, cool. All right, nice. So,
All right. Yeah. So that was our least favorite and favorite arcs.
yeah, maybe revisit this when the whole series is finished. But yeah,
Yeah, that would be cool.
yeah, I expect that these will not be the best of the post time skip for sure. Like, yeah, the best is yet to come.
That would be cool to revisit like everything as soon like once it finishes to like revisit um okay, like what is your definitive favorite arc?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
still think it's going to be any sloppy for me, but I don't know.
Man, when the Blackbeard fights come out, I'm gonna be yeah. But the thing is, yeah, I don't know what's gonna move me emotionally, right? Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. It's that, you know,
yeah,
like you can't be moved emotionally like now. Like for me, like right now, it's just having epic fights. You
yeah,
know,
exactly,
it's
yeah,
cool. I like it. You know, but I don't know. Like I don't think it's going to have that point of like emotion. I mean, you'd be surprised. I don't know. Like
oh, you know what?
Oda could be making some.
maybe when they all realize their dreams, that's gonna be like the most emotional moment, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. But other than that, I don't know. Yeah, Usopp reuniting with
Yeah, you know what would be cool, and actually it would move me a lot if the Straw Hats were defeated by Blackbeard in the first instance.
oh, if the Straw Hat dies. Oh shit. Oh
I
shit.
wouldn't want a Straw Hat to die, but
Hey,
like,
that would be emotional though.
but yeah, that would be emotional, and I think like that would move me a lot in a sense of um, like you have the final fight, everyone's struggling, everyone's just at their end, and then somebody dies.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
that
just
would be
like,
crazy.
oh man, that could be like a whole episode in itself. Like, which
That's a
Straw
topic.
Hat would you prefer to die, or
Prefer
like
to die, man. Shoot, man. Yeah, that would be
that,
crazy.
that could be like that could be an episode, honestly.
That could be, man. That could be. Yeah. All right. Cool.
I really like this episode. It felt cool. I mean,
Yeah, it's good to
I
good
know we're
one to
still
come back
recording, but
into it. Yeah, it's a
yeah.
good one to come back into it. So yeah, yeah, we'll decide on the next topic. Yeah, it could be that one. Um,
Yeah, a bunch of topics. So
yeah, yeah, yeah. Taking has a topic about that. Like, what
he
if?
talked about that.
Yeah, what if
Straw Hat.
like a certain straw hat dies, right? Yeah, and
Okay.
like yeah. Damn, I don't want to end the episode on that on that note. Oh. But yeah, but yeah, just to recap, uh, we got okay. So for me, it's Long Ring Longland and
Worst.
Long
Yeah,
Cavity.
absolutely.
Wait, was that the same for you too? Right, long.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, same for you. And then
Yeah.
pre time skip. Best is Any Slobby. Yeah, also same. And then the best. Wait, actually, yeah, I'm just gonna say Egghead is my favorite so far. Yeah, I do like one of them,
Yeah.
but like, yeah, I'm gonna say Egghead. Cool.
Absolutely. No, for me it's 100% egg, egghead.
Yeah,
Um, I don't know. Again, it has that aspect of exploration, and everyone just like um, I don't know, like at their peak end.
yeah, yeah, for sure. All right, so
All right, you want to sign us off?
yeah, so thanks for listening. Yeah, sorry it's been a long time since our last 1P OPD, but you know,
Oh, life happens.
life happens. All right, yeah, thanks for listening.
All right, thank you. Bye. Love you all.